the final battle when Satan is released and Christ returns. After 1,000 years of peace on earth, the world had forgotten war, pain, and deceit. Jesus had reigned from Jerusalem, and Satan had been bound locked away in the bottomless pit. But now the time had come for the final prophecy to be fulfilled. In the silence of the deep abyss, the chains rattled. The pit opened, and from it rose darkness like smoke from a furnace. Satan was released. He wasted no time. With cunning words and ancient rage, he traveled across the earth, deceiving the nations once again. He reached the four corners Gog, Magog, and all the lands that had lived in peace. He stirred hatred, pride, and rebellion in their hearts. They followed him, millions of them, like the sands of the sea. Their target was clear, the holy city of God. Inside Jerusalem, the saints lived peacefully, unaware of the army forming outside. The city shined with light. Joy filled the streets. But beyond the walls, evil marched closer. And then the enemy arrived. The vast army surrounded the beloved city, ready to destroy what God had made holy. But just as the trumpet was about to sound for battle, fire fell from heaven. In an instant, the armies were consumed. The enemy was destroyed. And Satan? He was captured one final time, not to return. He was thrown into the lake of fire, where the beast and false prophet already burned. He would never deceive again. Then all became still. A great white throne appeared in heaven, and the final judgment began. The dead, great and small, stood before God. The book of life was opened. Another book, filled with every deed, every word, every secret, was read. Those whose names were not found in the book of life were cast into the lake of fire. This was the second death. But those written in the book, they entered the New Jerusalem, where God himself wiped away every tear. There was no more death, no sorrow, no pain, only light, peace, and love forever. Lightbulb moral. Evil may rise again for a moment, but it will never last. God's justice is sure, and his victory is final. The choice is clear. Trust in Jesus now, so your name is found in the book of life.
Have you ever heard of a leopard that could fly? Let me tell you the story of a mysterious vision, a vision from long ago, seen by a faithful servant of God named Daniel. It was a quiet night in Babylon. The stars glittered above the city like diamonds in the sky. Daniel, an old man now, knelt beside his window, as he always did, and prayed to the God of heaven. That night, something strange happened. As he lay on his bed, his eyes closed, and a powerful dream filled his mind, a dream that was more like a vision. Daniel found himself standing by a great sea. The waters roared like a mighty storm, and from the waves rose four terrifying beasts, one after another. But one of them, the third beast, stood out. Daniel's eyes widened. It was a leopard, but not like any leopard he had ever seen. This leopard had 4 wings on its back like a bird. And not only that, it had 4 heads too. It moved swiftly, faster than any animal. Wherever it wanted to go, it flew with speed and power. It seemed unstoppable. Daniel was frightened but also amazed. What could this strange creature mean? As the vision faded, Daniel asked for understanding. And God, in his mercy, gave him the meaning. The leopard represented a great kingdom that would rise after another powerful empire. It would be led by a strong and clever leader, fast in battle, quick in conquest, fierce like a leopard. The 4 wings meant speed, how quickly this kingdom would grow and conquer. The 4 heads represented the 4 rulers who would later take over that kingdom, each leading a part of it after the original leader was gone. Daniel later learned this vision pointed to the Greek Empire, led by Alexander the Great. Alexander moved swiftly across the world, winning battle after battle, until he ruled over a vast land. But like the vision showed, after his sudden death, his empire broke into 4 parts, ruled by 4 generals. Just like the leopard with 4 heads. But here's what the story teaches us. Though the winged leopard was strong and fast, its power did not last forever. It came and went just like the wind. Nations rise and fall. Leaders gain power, but they lose it too. Only God's kingdom is eternal. This story reminds us that even the strongest empires can fall. Even the fastest leader must one day rest. But God's wisdom and rule never end. So, when you feel afraid of powerful people, or worried about what's happening in the world, remember Daniel's vision. Remember the winged leopard. And remember that God is always in control. Glowing star moral of the story. Earthly power is temporary, but God's kingdom is forever. Open Book Bible Verse Summary. Daniel 7 verse 6. After this I looked, and there before me was another beast, one that looked like a leopard. And on its back it had 4 wings like those of a bird. This beast had 4 heads, and it was given authority to rule.